Hi, I'm Damian Kulash from the band OK Go, and I'm gonna talk to you about not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. Our band started in 1998 in the city of Chicago, and before we had really done anything, we got asked to be on a public access TV show, and so we were like really super psyched because this band is obviously going really well. We're gonna have a musical performance. And it turns out that the public access TV show doesn't have any money to record musical performances, so we were obliged to lip sync. And so we, being the sort of contrarian indie rockers we decided we would make it into this TV gag instead. And we went and got a bunch of New Kids on the Block videos and learned how to like boy band dance. And so we made this really ridiculous dance. It took about a week. So before Note 1, our musical performances already turned into this gag. My day job at the time was I was working for public radio. So this is us on the TV show. And you can see, I asked my bosses, that's Gretchen Halfrich and Peter Sagal from Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, and Ira Glass is playing drums for us. They're basically they're like the three of the only 10 people who ever saw this thing, and but like a couple years later, Ira asked us if we would go on tour, being the backing band for his live shows when they started doing live shows. I guess it was like 2002 or 4 or something like that. So while we were out with him, he asked us to start doing the dance on stage, and we're like, no, Ira, you can't do a dance on the radio. People can't hear dancing, and he said we have to do it anyways. People will like it, so we did it, and we got a standing ovation at a Broadway theater. So this thing, what was musical performance, now TV. Oh, I'm getting lost. Anyways, it had turned into like this whole new thing. So a couple years later, we were at the Leeds Festival. There's 100,000 people and maybe 100 bands. We don't know how the fuck we were going to like actually be noticed in this huge sea of talent. And so we figured the one thing we have that no one else has is this dance, and we did it. People went crazy. And then we realized that we should actually put this in our live show every night. So for years, we actually ended with this ridiculous boy band dance. And so this thing that was started as like our very first musical performance and never actually happened as a musical performance, TV gag, theater, live tour signature show thing. So for years, we ended our show that way until, of course, we put out a new record. And then we didn't want to end our shows with like a song from an old record. So we had my sister, who at the time was a ballroom dancer, professional ballroom dancer. Her name is Trish C. She came and helped us make a much more ludicrous dance so that we could end our shows even more ludicrously. So we figured it out. It took us about a week. Get ready to go out on tour, and then my friend Mary calls and says that she has a friend who 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 knows this guy Kanye. I'm sorry, who knows Michel Gondry, who's like my favorite director ever, and that he is going to make a big dance thing for some dude named Kanye. And no one knows who Kanye is at this point. It's like 2002 or 4 or something, and we're the fucking dance band. Like he was doing this huge video for someone else. So we decided what we're going to do is we will set up a camera in the backyard, and we'll do the dance, and then we'll make a calling card for our idol out of this thing. We'll just dance on camera for him, and he'll know that we are the dance band, and he can't do a dance thing for some guy named Kanye. So we made it, and that's us dancing in my backyard. It never got to him, of course, because I don't know why we thought that would ever get to him, but it never got to him. We gave it to a couple friends because it was so ludicrous and funny, and somebody put it online. A site called iFilm, and within a month it had been downloaded like 300,000 times. So this thing that had been a non-musical musical performance, and suddenly a viral video in the era before, like no one really knew what viral videos were. Like YouTube didn't really exist yet, and we didn't know what we had, but we did know that like suddenly we were actually talking directly, like we were connected directly to our fans. There was no record label. Or you can see we're connected directly to Chad as well. Chad at youtube.com. Hey, okay, go. I've seen your stuff on the internet. You should put it on my thing. If we could do it by accident, we could do it on purpose. So we went and we made this video of us dancing on treadmills, and we did put it on Chad Hurley's website, and it got a lot of views. And so suddenly things actually were different. We were on the radio, and we were on MTV, and the traditional music industry actually loved us, and it turned it into a Grammy award-winning musical video. So this thing that we had, like, it was a joke. It was a musical mistake joke, had suddenly turned into this real piece of music industry, you know? I mean, it took a lot of years, but so for the last 8 years or so, we've made another dozen or so of these, and I would show you more of them, but I ran out of time, so there's 6. This one up here actually was a Super Bowl commercial, so this has actually become like a source of funding for our band now. Last week, in fact, this Tuesday, we just put out a new one. It's doing well. There's like 7 million hits as of today or something. You should go check it out. It's really good. But the point is, when I was thinking about you people, This is what I wanted to tell you. You make your best work when you don't know what the fuck you are making. It took my band most of a decade to learn that, but the reason I think you guys are all here, the reason that you are leaders and you are innovators is because you basically already know this. That you don't have to make things for the categories of last century, and in fact you have to make the new categories, and if you're really lucky, you don't know what they are yet.